Welcome, my gorgeous possums, to another week of Ampika Pickston's YouTube. This week is slightly different. We haven't got the wonderful Diane Swain, so I thought I would have a very intimate conversation with yourself. And what better place to bring you to than my boudoir? So welcome to my bedroom. Here is where I spend a third of my life, should I say a third of my day. 8 hours a night sleep I spend in this place. So I wanted to share with you my top 10 survival tips for lockdown, working on yourself, having a better relationship with yourself and understanding yourself. And it's got to start somewhere, and it's got to start in the bedroom. So hold up, guys. If you are bored, sick of scrolling through YouTube, looking through social media, you've seen everything that Netflix has got to offer, why don't you do some soul searching and start looking into yourself? I think COVID, looking at the positive side of COVID, has been a blessing because it gives you a chance to put a microscope under your existence and your life and look at making changes. So my first top tip is declutter your bedroom. This is where you spend so much of your day, guys, at least 8 hours. It's the first thing you see when you open your eyes up in the morning, and it's the last thing you see at night. So if your bedroom's cluttered, I think your life and your mind is cluttered. So make sure, doesn't matter how big or how small your bedroom is, but declutter it. It will do you the world of good just to smell fresh air. Open your eyes up without having stuff crammed everywhere. I am not one for a minimalistic look. As you can see, I do have a lot of personal items and belongings around here, but I don't do clutter or excess clutter. I tend to find when my bedroom gets cluttered, it's because my lifestyle is cluttered and my mind is cluttered, and we don't want that, guys. So de-stress yourself by decluttering your bedroom, smell the fresh air, get some nice aromatherapy oils going, some beautiful candles burning, and make sure this space, this environment is a clean, safe environment. Trust me, you'll sleep so much better. Top tip number 2 is to be comfortable in your bedding and bed sheets. It's very difficult when you share a bed with someone, as my partner likes to sleep quite chilled in the evening. He likes to have the air conditioning on with a nice crisp cotton sheet, and I like fleecy blankets. No word of a lie. You might think this is really cheesy or what children have on the beds, but I absolutely love it, and I just want to share it with you guys. So underneath this nice luxurious bedding, I have my favourite fleecy bedding, and I just love it. I take it everywhere. I take it to hotels with me. This pillow cover, and I have the same on my duvet, and it just, I don't know, maybe from being a child, that security, that softness, that feeling eloped. My bedding is really important to me. If I don't have comfortable bedding on, if I don't have a comfortable pillow, I am not going to sleep well, and I won't feel energized the next day. So guys, whatever you do, whatever type of bedding you like, please invest in decent bedding and a decent pillow, because a good night's sleep is a must. It is an absolute must. So if you're looking at your bedding, your pillows, your sheets, and you know that you've not invested in anything for quite some time, and you don't feel particularly comfortable when you go to bed, do me a favour. If it's the last thing you spend your money on, please invest in some decent, comfortable bedding. Tip number 3. So I call this a ritual. Every day I do something, and please don't tell me you've not got time, guys, before you all start saying, I've got children, I have a very demanding job, I don't have time. Make time. Everyone has a spare 60 minutes a day. Even if it's a 15-minute snippet here or a 10-minute snippet there, I want you to set time aside where you give yourself 60 minutes of doing something that you enjoy. Doesn't have to be very expensive. Sometimes the best things in life are for free. So for me, it is to pamper myself. Even like putting lotion on from head to toe is a ritual. I massage it into my feet every morning when I come out of the shower or the bath. I make sure that I cleanse and tone and moisturize. I give my face and my temples a really nice little massage every day while I'm listening to meditational music in the morning. That's my ritual. That's my time. That makes me feel special. Always make time for yourself, even if it's half an hour. All the times you think about it, you sat down, you're texting people, you're looking through social media, it's wasted minutes. You could be spending those minutes on you. So I would like to hear that you're doing a 60-minute ritual of anything, whether it's going out for a walk, whether it's having a bath, a hot shower, putting a hair mask on, painting your toenails, doing yourself a little manicure. It's time for you and it's your pamper time. Very important, guys. Tip number 4. This is something that I started doing a few months ago. There's a fantastic YouTuber who is a doctor, family doctor, a lady called Dr. Mindy Pelt. She is fantastic. She talks a lot about intermittent fasting, dry fasting, and the health benefits. So I started doing this, bringing it into my lifestyle. First of all, fasting for about 10 hours, making sure that I didn't have anything to eat 8 o'clock at night, right through till 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. And then I slowly managed to get to about 18 to 20 hours a day where I'll just have fluids, predominantly water or black coffee, where I'll have no food. And I cannot tell you the benefits. It's hard when you first start, but I've lost weight, my skin is glowing. Your body after 17 to 18 hours starts to go into something called autophagy. I'm not going to go into autophagy today, but please, if you have a look at Dr. Mindy Pelt on YouTube, she will tell you all the benefits of autophagy. And also, if you're working with a ketogenic diet, my energy level's up, my skin is looking fantastic, I am almost 40 and I probably never look better. And that is down to my lifestyle. So I cannot tell you the benefits of intermittent fasting, how your body is a miracle and it can help to cure itself of a lot of everyday ailments through what you are putting in your mouth. So that's tip number 4. Tip number 5, I only watch, look at and observe things that inspire me, things that I find of interest. I do not like watching the news. Not that I'm ignorant to the outside world, but I find it very depressing. I don't like reading sad stories, not because I don't want to be connected to the world, it's because it leaves a negative imprint on how I feel about the day or the world. So whenever I set time aside to watch something, to be interested in something, it's normally something on YouTube, and it's something that will either help educate me, or it's something that I am really interested in, a topic that I know nothing about, or it will be something that inspires me. That's what I like to see. And watching things that inspire me, that help me to grow as a person, is the best way to spend your spare time. I do not spend time going through social media, comparing myself to other people, watching nonsense on TV that's of no real relevance. I watch things that stimulate my mind, which gives me a more proactive and productive day and headspace too. Tip number 5. Tip number 6, I swear by this, guys. If you are in a really bad mood or you've had something that's really angered you that day, you have to release it somewhere. Don't take it out on other people, which is sometimes my downfall. Try not to manifest onto it and hold it on to the next day. I always go to bed at night. I've got my journal. I write down how I'm feeling, what's pissed me off, and I literally write it all down, get the page, rip it up, put it in the bin, and that's where I park it. That was today, it is not tomorrow. I don't take yesterday's negativities on and bring it into the next day. So, feeling negative, get to bed at night, write it all down, rip it out of your jotter pad, rip it up into 1,000 pieces and put it in the bin, and that's where it stays, in the dustbin. You do not carry on those negative thoughts into tomorrow. Why? Life's too short. So tip number 7 is to move your body each day. When I say move your body, yes, we have to move our body in some way. We're moving some type of muscle. Even just talking is moving a muscle. But I think the benefits, even going back to like Eastern Chinese prophecies, where you are doing very, very slow movements, even if it's just a slight stretch, going out for a walk, I think it's really important to keep your body moving. Unless I am really poorly and I physically cannot move, you will not get me lying about, lounging about. I think at some point you've got to get that energy and put it into something productive and move your body. It's really, really important movement. Move it in a constructive way. Tip number 8, this is what I swear by, and this really helps me with negativity as well, is meditation. I've told you guys before that there is a fantastic YouTube channel called Great Meditations. So most of the meditations last between 10 to 12 minutes. So you can fit your meditation in the morning, at lunchtime, even sit and do it in the car, do it, you know, while the kids are doing homework, or once you put the children to bed. It's just 10 minutes of your time, deep breathing, connecting with yourself and trying to get your headspace somewhere else. Everyone harps on about meditation. It's very difficult to do, but it's like anything. You have to form it into your life. Once it comes into your life and you use it on a daily basis, it becomes a habit. And a habit becomes a ritual, and it becomes something positive in your life. And it can only do you good. It can't do you any harm, because it's working on yourself, your own mindset, your own breathing techniques. And it really can take you from a really crappy place in your headspace to a really magical place. Trust me, if you've not tried it, great meditations, fantastic way. It's guided, it talks to you. The narrator talks you through a little story for the whole 10 minutes. So if you're struggling to switch off, if you listen to the words of what the narrator's telling you, you will be able to switch off. Give it time. I am a big believer in meditation. Tip number 9. This is one of my favourite tips. We all say to ourselves sometimes that we don't know what we want in life, but I think deep down we really do. If you understand who you are and know what you're about, you all have goals. I don't think anyone has accomplished every single goal in their life. I think we're always continuously working towards something. And I have, like this little secret, a jar next to my bed. This was from a trip in St. Lucie with my son when I was actually filming Housewives. I bought some coconut oil, which I love. I eat coconut oil. I use it on my hair. I use it on my skin. Fantastic natural product. Anyway, that's somewhat digressing. So it was a wonderful trip with my son and I. So I kept this jar of coconut oil. And on New Year's Eve, I wrote down all the things that I wanted to accomplish. And I put them on a little post-it note and left them in this jar. And every time I somewhat digress, or you hit an obstacle in the road, or you think that you can't do it, I look at this jar. I'll never open it up until I have manifested all these things to come true. And I keep looking at this jar, and this is like my homepage. This is the place that I go back to, where I say, never ever lose sight of what you really want, Ampika. And to let you into a little secret, I'm probably 90% of the way there with all those things that I've manifested. So from my personal life to my love life to my business aspirations to my hopes and dreams with my son, and my relationships that I've got with my friends and people that I've chosen to come into my life as my family, I never ever lose sight of this jar. I've manifested it, it's in there, and whatever happens in life, I go back to what's in that jar, and that always keeps me focused. So you guys, I do believe in manifestation, and I do believe in making your dreams come true. And doesn't matter how many obstacles are on the road, just keep going back to what you really want. Because if you work hard enough, I don't see any reason why you cannot achieve it. And then last one. It's a bit saucy, this one. It's a bit cheeky, but we're going to talk about masturbation. We're going to talk about sex toys. There is a fantastic company called Lovehoney on the internet. I'm sure you've heard of them. They are one of the biggest sex toy companies in this country. And to survive lockdown, whether you are in a relationship or whether you are single, we all need a little bit of sexual titillation. I cannot tell you how much I love the Doxy. I'm not going to get my Doxy out here on screen, but the Doxy ladies, tell me please, send me messages if you have got a fantastic toy that puts a smile on your face and gives you some real self-satisfaction. The Doxy, a girlfriend told me about it a few months ago, and I was like, really? So I ordered it, and it's the best thing ever. Talk about giving yourself your own buzz. Literally, that's the pun there. But I'm a big one into satisfying yourself sexually with or without partner. We're quite Victorian in this country. We try to like sweep masturbation on the carpet, and it's very, very important. It makes you feel good. It releases those endorphins in the brain. We should talk more openly about it. If you could spend more time making yourself happy, you become a happier person, and ultimately you would create a happier environment. You would be a happier being, and more happier beings would create a happier world. So there we go, guys. That is my top 10 tips of surviving lockdown, working on yourself, magnifying who you really are, what you need and what you want. It's like going to the gym. Working on your headspace is everything. So I hope you've enjoyed my top 10 tips. If you would like to share anything with me, please do. If there's something that you think I've missed out there and you'd like to add a little plus point 11 or plus point 12, please send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. So don't forget your little jar, guys. I shall see you next Sunday. Tune in. God knows where I'm going to take you next week. It might be back in my bedroom or it might be somewhere else. But rest up safe. I hope those top 10 tips have helped you.